Hello and welcome to SBC Chat. Today we have Alan and Sue with us. If you want to introduce yourselves, any interesting facts, go with that.
Well, clearly I'm Sue.
And I'm Alan.
Interesting facts. I don't know if I've got any interesting facts really. As regards SBC, my mum used to run the guides there many years ago. So we didn't actually go to the church, but my mum ran the guides there.
That's cool. Right, come on then, Alan. Give us an interesting fact.
Interesting fact.
Well, you work for Parliament.
Yeah, I work for Parliament, so
Okay.
it's an odd place to work for. I haven't been there for 6 months either, so because of lockdown. But
Okay. So what do you do?
well, I'm a business analyst there, so I work with their IT stuff, going around and talking to different people who run different parts of Parliament.
Oh, okay.
Working out how their system should work and that sort of thing.
Yeah, how this should work if
Yes.
everything was
Yes.
brand new and not just bodged together.
Then we've got a load of politicians in charge, so you know.
Have you always lived around Selsdon, around the area?
Pretty much.
Yes,
I think we came to Selsdon when I was 3.
And I came when I was 8.
All
So-
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
At about the same time, but obviously we didn't actually know each other at the time.
No. So we did this interview over Zoom and then gave up because of the Wi-Fi. So you met because you were the gentleman.
Oh, that's right. We met on a bus,
Yeah.
sort of,
In Switzerland.
but except it was a coach coming from Switzerland to back to Britain.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'd gone on a skiing holiday completely separately,
Yeah.
and on the bus back. It's in the middle of winter, obviously, because it was a skiing holiday and it was getting rather cold.
And my friend and I, we had one coat over our knees and the other coat round our shoulders. And I looked behind me, and the chap behind me wasn't wearing his coat, so I said,
Because I was warm enough, really, you know.
"Can I borrow it?" And that's how we got talking.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
And then it turns out we lived about a mile and a half
apart.
away.
We even got the same bus home in the evenings. But,
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We don't know where lockdown will be when this airs, but how has it been for you guys? How have you found it?
I mean, it's been reasonably easy because, I mean, I don't go out to work anyway, so from that point of view, it's been okay. I'm having to cook a lot more meals, obviously, because I've got 2 men in the house all the time. But I think it's been slightly bittersweet.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, because my dad actually died in April, so it was really quite hard because for the last few weeks we couldn't really go and see him at all, you know, because of the
lockdown,
ban on
yeah.
visiting members of the family.
Yeah.
So really, that was the sort of sad bit of it in a way. But in terms of sort of work and so forth, I'm working from home, and I'm seeing much more of Sue, which is obviously a good thing.
And are the meals better than Parliament, or?
Well, I
Well,
used to pack them at
I used to
lunch.
take sandwiches.
I was trying to stare a little bit there, but it's probably good job you didn't
Yeah,
take
and,
I don't know.
I mean, we couldn't go and see our daughter in New Zealand for her 30th.
Yeah.
And we only really get to see her every 2 years, so that was hard. But
Yes.
but you know, there's been blessings as well, because we would never have had the time to sort out your dad's house
Yeah.
if we hadn't
Yeah.
been in lockdown, really. And we've seen quite a bit of Andrew as our son.
Yeah. How long have you been coming to SBC, and it sounds odd, but why do you stick around? Why do you like being part
Well,
of
I
this?
think we've been coming to SBC for about 17 years.
Yes, about 2004,
Yeah.
was it? 3, 4, something like that.
And why do we stick around, Alan?
Well, it's the church family, really. It's the people
Yeah.
that sort of make you welcome and
Yeah.
that you share doing things with and all that sort of thing. That's what church is about, isn't it? It's family and relationships and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, 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 definitely. And I think we are very blessed to have you as well, because you take the sound desk, which is good. Any volunteers for the
Yes,
sound
please
desk?
volunteer for the sound
Yeah.
desk.
But if ever there's me or anybody or Trevor or Denzel preaching at the front and we look really confused for a second, it's because Alan's holding up a board that normally has an instruction.
Speak closer to the microphone.
So he's very helpful with that. And then obviously you're one of those amazing and slightly frustrating creative people that just come up with really good ideas.
Why am I frustrating?
Because I want to have those creative ideas and they seem too easy for you. So personally frustrated.
Yes.
But,
Sorry about that.
yeah. So you've done a couple of our Christmas.
I've done about 6 or 7. Yeah.
Which makes the sound desk look like a holiday when you've got a group of children and you're trying to direct them. So during lockdown, has there been? Where have you seen God? Where have you seen Him sort of at work? Really?
I think it's small things, really. I mean, you were saying, weren't you, that you found out more about your dad
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
from the comments people have made,
Yes.
which
there was
you
another-
would never have
Yes. Yeah.
really known about.
No, I think that's it. I mean, people were saying like how much he took an interest in people, and like as his son, sometimes your dad takes too much interest, doesn't he? But when you hear other people say it, you suddenly realise actually they actually appreciated some of that interest that he was taking in them. And I came across a letter that he'd written to, I think it was Mike Elkin back in about 15 years ago, and he was just talking about communion in the letter, because there'd been obviously something about communion going on in the church. And one of the things he said was like, I try to be a very good Christian, but I don't always succeed. But the communion is so important because it's that sort of joining with Christ, And it did just really pulled out to me, like, actually we've all got our own faults, and, you see the faults in your family sometimes more than other people do, don't you? But we've all got our own faults, but actually Christ accepts us as we are, with our faults.
Do you have a favourite Bible passage, and sort of why does it stand out to you?
I have quite a few favourite Bible passages, but I think particularly at the moment, 1 Peter chapter 1 verses 3 to about 6 or 7, because it's saying that even though you might be going through hardships now, your treasures are waiting for you, untarnished in heaven. And I think that's, okay, it's annoying, some of the restrictions we've had, but that's not really suffering. But whatever happens, we know that we have that promise of our heavenly our heavenly home.
Yeah.
So, and that's what it says. Particularly, it's a living hope. It's called the passage. So.
Okay. Thank you guys for doing
Yes,
SBC Chat with us. If you'd like to be involved, send me a message. God bless. Bye.
Cut.